Greetings, it's Intuitive Jacob. Loves, thank you for being here. We're going to be doing a special reading right now about cosmic unions versus twin flames. There are some things that I feel that don't always get explained to us about the differences in these relationships. And at this time, many of us are overhauling how we allow ourselves to perceive that and what it means because of the amount of inner work that has gone into this 2020 and hearing clearly what we also see in a new way. So, what we're going to do is 2 readings basically. I'm going to be doing 7 cards about the twin flame, karmic, runner, chaser, crash and burn, grabbed and took off stuff. And then I'm going to be doing 7 cards on a resonance level of where the cosmic union is and what the divine counterparts are doing in the divine feminine and masculine entering into a relationship. So these are for the singles that are either healing from something karmic, like a twin flame cut and burn thing, and also for those who have actually been cultivating and waiting for what was meeting them at the right level in a cosmic union. All right, we're going to be doing the first reading for the twin flame karmic inspired stuff with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. This is actually my Radiant Rider deck. We'll be doing the Cosmic Union reading with the Shadowscapes deck, and I'll be pulling Oracle clarifiers from Romance Angels and Love Oracles. All right, we'll catch you on the inside of your reading. Greetings, love. So good to have you here. So, here before us, we've got pretty dynamic reading. I said 2 readings before. It's really one big reading. It's fluid here. You're going to know whether or not these are your situations and stories. Okay. On this side here with the Oregon and with the triangulated view on what doesn't get misconstrued and what it is to actually be precognitive at a time where we have a new way to define where energy doesn't land, what Wuwu actually handed us over with a certain kind of communicable disease that's actually gone viral on an AI VR level that actually is expediting the hyper materialization process for those of you that are actually leveling for cosmic unions, because we actually have a new way to level into these now, where the water that we've actually treated well as our own form actually meets us. And so some people don't explain is what actually happened with like Krakatoa actually is. Now we have 10 burning Kraxistan, It's the AI gone virtual reality version of how we're smelted into these bodies in a different kind of explosion that people haven't really been explaining to you, and why sieging for the karmic, searching for the karmic, the externalization relationships where you're reaching for something outside of you is like a cosmic chase that a lot of people have been exploring, calling it, you know, your twin flame. And that's why so many people crash and burn with those. It's because those are actually karmic relationships. That's not actually how Shiva and Shakti relate. You can look at the image here behind me as the backdrop to get an idea of how cosmic fusion actually is and what some people that are actually involved in cosmic unions already know. It's a certain kind of wait till we see how it meets us sort of thing, because it's been a different game that has been going on while new wages have been happening, where they've been looking for a Mars to flip rats reaching for stars, wars like that. And y'all are Martinez packed here in the tarot pack 2 rat. You know, so 2020 is us hearing clearly what we see like that. All right, so for some of you all, cosmic unions versus twin flames, why she, he, they, other won't be back if it's this cosmic thing that's actually happening here, which we know because the karmic things that actually burned with that energy are being revealed on the other side of things like Orgon and what we can do with BitTorrents on the other side of who coined themselves. So we've got the karmic relationship and the cosmic. Because for some of you all, you haven't met this person yet. For others, you might. We'll see what comes up with the cards. And we also have some extra oracles here, just in case we need to do some clarifications. Alright. So, we're going to look at this. I'm just going to say you and them, but know that stories could crisscross, and that it's also you and them, and stories could crisscross here. Know your own designations. And also know these are straight across the top. These are all how people are thinking. These are how people are feeling. And the bottom row is how people are acting. This middle card is what you have in common in both of these situations. Where you're going to meet in the middle. What the energy looks like. Let me move some things out of the way here. Alright. So, we're going to start over here. I'm just going to flip both of these at the same time here. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. So I'm hearing for some of you all, this is how this might have gone for some of you all, especially if it's possible that you had fire and slow-moving earth at the same time that might have been putting on a show, is what I'm hearing. It's like, they're telling me it's like how somebody puts on airs and graces. It's like social things that they do, and where externally, you know, these things can look very good, but sometimes it's a mismatch because one is such a durable, long-standing, unmovable energy, and the other one, it's kind of the thing that happens real fast. It's like, what can I grab with my hand? And so for some of you all, it's like knowing when to take a pass, because I'm hearing for some of you all here, you're trying to figure out what was divine union. Was it the divine masculine or feminine, or was it just like that karmic shit? A lot of times people are telling you it's like the divine is doing this, the divine's doing that, and it's like some karmic shit that they're telling you about, and honestly, that's not what the divine does. The divine looks like that image behind me, if you can see that. That's how close Shiva and Shakti are. That's what a divine union looks like. And for some people, it's knowing that it's like a hands-off situation until it's proven. And so for some of you all, I'm hearing that this is what a shotgun wedding looks like for some people, and where they might have been confused, and where you might want to be careful, especially if somebody was telling you, you know, just follow all your passions, go have fun, blah, 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 and, you know, make off without, before you've had time to really explore this. Because here, this is where somebody that maybe is ordinarily very careful might have been willing to make haste. And so I'm hearing here, it's like this person is seeing this person like, I want to get my hands on them, and it's passionate, and this looks like a one-night stand sort of intention, where somebody else here that maybe is more careful and like long-term minded might actually have created a wall for themselves, or a veil where they kind of cut off from what it really means to them. And so I'm hearing for some people, it's like finding out that the person that you're not with, especially if this is like your ex that I'm talking about, or somebody that you might have thought was your cosmic union person, is some kind of, I'm hearing, trifecta of wrong unfolding. And that it's like what they went ahead and did because of what happened with a one-night stand, and then how far they were willing to go to architect a story and be like, well, it's my twin flame and blah blah blah. And what you might have been dealing with is, I'm hearing psychic drama, waiting and seeing how this has unfolded. So let's see what else we can find out about that, because now we have feelings here. And oh, I'm just gonna take a quick sip from my coffee here. That is nice and black. That's how I like it. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Wow. So look at this. This is, I'm hearing how the conception was done. And I'm hearing that for someone here, I mean, there might have been a real significant, at least how people view this outwardly appearance. I'm hearing this is like, I keep hearing about May, December, whatever that means for some people. It's like, I think how they say it's like older and younger person, because I'm seeing this really vibrant energy here, the sun. And then I'm seeing the Emperor here, which is like, that's the father, that's the dad, that's the grandpa. And he doesn't always look like that, you know? Like sometimes he looks like me, you know? I'm an emperor too. Actually, my whole birth chart screams that that's me, and I don't look like that. This is my new clothes, you know? But I'm hearing for some people that in this particular framework here, what we're looking at is not a situation like that. It's where there's an older person and a younger person, and where there is a conception that might have happened. I'm hearing for some of you all, I need to be careful how I say this, because for some of you all, you might actually be involved with this person. You might have actually married this person. You might actually be pregnant with this person's child, and hearing how flippant they are in their behavior of what wedding vow means, because of how people are kind of used to bowing down to them and supplicating before them, is what I'm hearing. And it's a rather sharp, awesome, strong energy here. It's what they know they can do and what they know they're entitled to, and how rigid they are about it. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like, it's how somebody bows down to them here. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, honestly, if this was your loving relationship here, these are some beautiful energies that can play out very well. However, in the context of this particular situation, I'm hearing it's like, it's sort of disproportionate, because I'm hearing that they might have some way to unravel this person's life because of financial needs, or like how this person has, like, if there's a child involved, I'm hearing it's like a chauvinist kind of thing, where it's like, well, she's supposed to do that, and I'm the man, and I'm supposed to do this, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm hearing that for some of y'all, if that's not succinct, it's something kind of, it might not be exactly that situation for you. However, I'm hearing it's sort of misogynistic. It's like, I'm hearing that if this is like the guy that was stringing you along, especially if it was something about like, well, you said you were going to lose 20 pounds and you only lost 19. I'm hearing something crazy for some of y'all where it's something like that. I'm hearing he celebrates himself, and it's like, well, everybody thinks this about me, and so it has to be like that. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, you are seriously healing from a narcissist, and I'm hearing that it's like, this is weird, but I'm hearing for some of y'all, he actually plagiarized something that's really important. It might have to do with something that you did or somebody else, and I'm hearing that it's like, whatever this trifecta of unraveling is, it's not good for anything other than exposing the truth and helping you realize that sometimes what people call logic is so scented with that common that it's just, you know what I mean? And so it's what some of us know was sent. And why some of us were thinking like this, and like, well, let's see how this thing smashes its head in the wall that is expensive like that while we're planning. So, let's see how they're acting. Okay, we've got this. Wow, this is great. They're feeling very, very certain, is what I'm hearing. They're very certain, and they're absolutely certain that what they did is right, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing it doesn't matter if I grab that one out of the sky. You're old enough, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing for somebody, it's difficult though, because I'm hearing this is 19 here, and this is 20 here. I've got like 4 and 5, and I'm seeing where 1 was taken. I don't know if you can see this the way I see it, but it looks like this person here might have had their hand on something that they could reach around through this cloth or whatever, put their hand on it. See, there's this cloth here, and wrap themselves up like this young person and portray that image onto others. Some of you all are going to find out that you have been in a very serious catfishing scam that nobody has been talking to you about, that's been happening with virtual reality and AI, where they live jumped into bodies, and where sometimes it's this like person that you never knew was behind this outfit, and how they can actually cast themselves in it. And I'm hearing in some cases like reach for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more people. Sometimes it's while they're sleeping. It's what I've identified and what I've been proving this Wuhan actually is, as a way to distort the truth of where pixels are being relocated, and what the cure of having an answer that you don't have to seek for that other cancer idea, bad hemisinks go away. So we're doing a special water treatment here over how these things can't jump out of the sky and into your dreams and step in like a Henson's puppet and come into your world. I've been doing specific research with a small team of brilliant people that are in a very segregated category of Mensa. It's like you can't just do it just because, you know, somebody thinks you're a genius and because you have an IQ that meets that. You have to be in significant quotients, like above 300, like the ones on my team, to actually be invited to this, because of what's actually happening here, and where we're proving some of these little dots can move when you get a bunch of smart people that care about it together. And we can see what some people have been putting in sounds. Like what you're hearing behind me is very safe. This is one that I have actually screened very well through Meditative Minds. But I will tell you, since the mind is a magnet and we have a lot of particle induction happening when Mercury's in retrograde, there was a game people were playing where they were trying to animate these bodies and come into dreams, and some of them are even claiming something called Justinian clause, where they jumped into somebody and are claiming that they're your husband, the father of the child, whatever. And in some cases you're going to find it's some weird uncle grandpa thing where they were trying to father son holy ghost themselves into a different form. And what the Venus Project actually ended up looking like was them trying to like send these images and then get somebody to believe into it. So you would have to believe in it enough to actually create that with them, and right now they're being dismantled. And for some of you all, that's where all these lies were coming from about this twin flame, and about how people have been authoring themselves into timelines. Now with virtual reality, all they had to do is go back in and find a timestamp and then hash their way in for green screen tech, and if they had enough money they could get enough thumb swipes for, you know, oh, we were there together, yeah, don't you remember? It's a weird naturalization thing that doesn't get to happen anymore. For some of you all, you're going to be really happy to find out that whoever that was, especially if you're one of my goddesses, this has been like knowing and like waiting for the right stuff and the right time, and knowing what you did and didn't do because of how you were cultivating the space. it's going to be interesting to see how these things unravel themselves and how it was sort of like a projector image that they created for themselves with this whole other thing, just to kind of keep you in hell about what they were doing and what a real twin flame is. It's like crash and burn. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, look at that. Right in the middle. Devil. I don't even have to go any further with this. I'm just going to leave that right there and let you see what pulled itself right there in front of us. That is the devil. This is what a karmic relationship looks like. Procrastination, bondage, inferiority complexes, the ability to insist and unfold onto another person because of the distortion of power here, where somebody would be kept in a state of supplication, why they would have to jump through this surrogate here to even balance in these bodies. I'm hearing some of you all have had like a real like body snatcher situation around you. That's what this shit looks like and why this is being excommunicated. Alright, so I burned something special over that, and you know what? We're gonna get something gentle now too, because we don't have to take anything that we don't intend in this private space. This is actually my ashram. This is where I conduct my spiritual practice. And we have some green Terra here. And this is a very special healing energy. I'm gonna light this with my Aquarius lighter. And we're just gonna get some nice healing here. For those of you that are familiar with Terra, she also comes in green. Some of you all might know her energy in a different name, like Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin shows up a lot for me. Also in another form, Jing Gui. It's a special energy name that I've been working with for a period of time. There's an energy form that actually studies my blood. It's a very select group in the Jingui art form. And that, for me, is a name of the sacred feminine. And so we're just bringing some of that beautiful sacred feminine energy here, because none of us get stuck in bondage here with relationships that are karmic. So that is why she, he, they, other won't be back. They want to, woo, head it over that way. Take your old devil. Go. Let's see what's going on with the cosmic union here, because for some of you all, if this hasn't shown up yet, these will be clues for you about why, what this person's going through, because in some cases they're healing from having been inflicted a certain way. And for others, this is actually just so you can know what you've actually been building, because for some of you all, it's like knowing that you're a certain kind of architect in this, and where for me, as an INFJ or an INTJ, I guess I'm usually scored somewhere between the two of those. If you are familiar with Myers-Briggs as a personality assessment, it's the probably the most minimal group there is. I think there's like less than 1% of the population that will test between those two. And where some of us have actually gotten together to create a framework on what Kundalini can do to protect love as an idea. Because for some of us that got scorched and that remember how we actually like landed in that weird pixelated dream that I've been talking to some of you all about, where it was like static particles or like those ant wars, it was like coming closer, closer, closer. We were actually scorched here. Some of us woke up and it's like, wow, that's not what happened. And you're going to remember these things. And it's like, it wasn't really your life. There were integrated particles that were happening here. This whole place has just been like a big rattle, shaking, 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 shaking. And there are things opening up, opening up. And so we've been having these naturalized ideas of what our life was, when we've actually been growing very rapidly through a simulation to figure out how to move the particles, and where ours were not ever lost and stranded in hell like this shit right here. So for some of you all that are waking up to this, it's like, you know that you've had a partner with you that you've been developing, with the right kind of angels that went OG badass, right? Yeah, so here we are, and hopefully these will be helpful for you. I have a very special medicine bag here. This has got some very special things in it that I've been working with for a great deal of time. I'll just let you know my SHIVA lingam are in there. And I've got these male and female boji stones here. Very special concretions that prove how some of us landed and what the cement is. For all of this to reveal itself, we needed to know what these particles were, where they did and didn't land. So Wuwu-hand is sort of on the other side of this, where we can see where the lens actually is. I ran it through, well, the protocol is actually called EPIC. It's the other side of medical engineering software that also went viral with a video game, where we can see where the crosshashes are for the shots. On the other side of those, there's a particle that lands here with the ascension column intact people that some of us were superfused with parts of our partner's DNA and we're like unwrapping, opening together. And so it's not that you're like not yourself, and you and your partner might be in like two separate appearing bodies, but there's a certain fusion that happened, and some of us are in those bodies. So let's see what's going on over here. We've got a whole other way to read this. We've got you and them. No, they could, flip-flop though, like I said. And what's in common? Thoughts, feelings, how people are acting. We've got the star. Love that. So for some of y'all, this is what actually started to happen when you were doing your magic invocations with me on Ye-Star yesterday, meditating to this image. For others, this has been going on for a while, because for some of y'all, this was like special things were happening during February and during Aquarius season. For others, this is just you getting to know that whatever you wished for is happening. It's the dream come true. And that is you right there, whether or not you have Aquarius in your chart. Then you have this. So we've got the Page of Wands, which is also what this is here in this other card. So in this card here, we have somebody acting like the Page of Wands here, maybe acting immature. Now here we have somebody kind of just looking like the Page of Wands and being the artist, being the art, being the youth on display, being the gift, because these two here, this is a very, very high chemistry match. It's like looking at each other and being like, wow, pash, lots of pash. And fire here, it's wonderful. So let's see what's going on, because I'm hearing for some of you all, the only reason why you're even going to meet this person is because you have to go after something that you're really passionate about, and it's like, you're going to have to wear this art thing. If you don't do it, it's like you're never going to meet this person, because you're going to be caught up on chasing after this thing where they ran off with the devil, and I'm just saying, don't do it. You've got an art thing over here, and whether or not you knew it, because for some of you all, if this is you, then, you might not even know it, but I'm hearing somebody is like admiring you, and they're kind of doing like a wallflower thing is what I'm hearing. And it's something that they said that you might not know about. It's like, I hear somebody might be singing your tune or singing your praises is what I'm hearing. But I'm hearing they might be shy, and that there's something, be careful about your social groups. I'm just hearing this for those of you that need to know, and why it's comforting to also see it showing up this way next to this judgment here with somebody that thought that they were so seasoned and so well documented and so entitled that that's where their judgment was coming from, because I'm hearing for some of you all, there's a certain discernment that you've learned by being around people that exercise judgment like that. I'll just leave it there. Let's see what's going on over here in the feeling sector. Oh, High Priestess and Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like a nice match here going on, because somebody might not have known how to say what they're doing. I'm hearing they might be figuring out how to release something. It's like their gesture. It's like, I'm this little owl. I've been like the little watcher on the wall, and here's the big reveal. And this is what this High Priestess looks like. I mean, if you've never seen a High Priestess like that, that's like Kali Ma busting out right there of a different kind of flame. It's like where her wings don't get clipped and she's like the bird and the being all at once, and then, you know, she can also land like this, and, you know, her hair not being on fire. Maybe she's just really passionate, you know? And I'm hearing her say, it's auburn, not red. That color was never red. That's orange. Oh, I love you. Okay, and so here, on the feeling sector, here's what's really cool too. We've got a major arcana here and a major arcana here. So somebody is like focused on whatever the dream come true is that's happened. Here, it's like the shared dream and the witness, and where it's like come to earth, because here, this is somebody having to have taken an initiative, because I'm hearing that the reason why this high priestess is here in the feeling sector is because somebody might not have spoken up for a while. They might finally be feeling like, I can do this. I've got a handle on this. I've got a way. I've got a method. I've got a brand. I've got a logo. I've got a sigil. I've got whatever it is that they have created, because for somebody, this is a very specific energy. It's like I'm getting like a proprietary vibe, and where somebody here wouldn't like buy or sell or like plagiarize it or take it from you like what it looked like here, because I'm hearing for somebody, it's like, hey, put this candy in front of them. It's like feeding it to a baby and then taking it away where they can't see it because of this and what's behind this gate. And so I'm hearing here totally freaking different situation, because here we've got the Page of Pentacles here too. This is somebody that energetically is new, brand new. Pages are new. Pages are new energy. This is young. This is vibrant. This is inspired. This is studious. If you look here, there's your little friend on the wall here, because I'm hearing for some of y'all, you have a quiet friend that didn't know what to say. It might be somebody that grew with you in a very special way, and if you haven't met them yet, they are doing something that is so in tandem with what you are being right now, while this is being washed away. It's taking itself away for judgment, bad judgment, in front of this younger energy being burned. And what doesn't happen here, and so this person is somebody that opens up with you at the right time, where it can meet its own level, and where you can see what Shiva and Shakti look like over here. They can unravel without burning each other up and exploding. You see? That's the difference between a cosmic union and a twin flame. Now, let's see how these people are acting. Beautiful. We've got the Two of Wands, and we have the Temperance card. This is another way to explicitly demonstrate judgment here without putting yourself on top. And then here's somebody that gets a chance to look at the options. There's two things here being considered. It's not just somebody grabbing after the wand. Okay? This is a fusion and a synthesis. Do you see what the yin-yang looks like? Doesn't that look like Shiva and Shakti? Maybe dispersing into the right form, and then voila. And what you might need to hold space for two to be in the presence of many, for that to unfold lovingly, passionately, and with discernment and discretion, you know? Let's see what we have in common here. Well, we've got the Ten of Cups. There's your perfect unfolding right there, my loves, where the two become one in the form that we've chosen, and where the school of fish prove what we know about the fish. Maybe we were jumping form, and maybe none of these animals or beings were ever trapped in any state or form or place for somebody to say, no, I jump in, that one's mine, I get to take. It's the difference, side by side, of what the devil might look like here and what is given. Perfect loving, protective energy with witnesses that can attest to the purity there. This is what we have to look forward to here, my loves. I don't even want to touch this with any other oracles, but since I said that I was going to, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll pull a couple more of these. I'll just drop a couple here. That will help. For my loves who've been seeking for the cosmic union of the soul, in the face of those that would tell you to just be common and burn it, you know? Plenty of fish in the sea. So, separation. Sounds good. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. And passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I like that. So, what do you like? Here for some of y'all. That looks all too familiar. What about that? I like that. Get you a couple more cards too. Just because I said so. Just because I said so. We've got the Love Oracles right here. These are Island Time Wellness Love Oracle cards. That's gonna help. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Well, that sounds karmic AF. Definitely the twin flame. And then we have, oh, look at that one. Soulmates. Soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. My darlings, is it clear? May be clear for you, especially if you've been evaluating just to see what comes back. Because I'm hearing for some of you all, it's almost like an internment that you had with somebody, especially if you've gone, I'm hearing anywhere from like 8 to 12 months without seeing this person and like what happened in that time period. It's like, what were you reaching at? You know, because that's what Wuwu handed you. Love you, and we'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one. Bye for now.